here are the 5 books I predict I will rate 5 stars after finishing them. Starting off with a popular one, we have Funny Story by Emily Henry. Now, I've probably only read around 4 Emily Henry books, and I loved 3 of them and kind of hated one of them. So I'm really hoping this falls into the love category. I've heard such amazing things about this one. Loads of my book talk friends have told me this is her best one, so I'm really hoping that's true. I feel like for the most part, Emily always writes really innovative romances, so I think this one will hit that mark because it's about a woman who falls in love with her ex-fiance's new fiance's ex. The next book I predict I will rate 5 stars is Collide by Belle Cabra. Recently, I read her new book, a part of this series called Revolve, which I think is the 3rd in this series, and I absolutely loved it. I instantly rated it 5 stars. I know it's a bit weird that I've read them completely out of order, but my best friend let me borrow her book, which is the 1st book in the series, and she said she actually loved this more than the new one. So seeing as I adored that 3rd installment, I think I'll love this even more. And I have to say, I feel like it's time to admit I'm such a sucker for a hockey romance. Next is The Wolf's Den by Elodie Harper, and this book has been on my radar for so long, and then I finally went into Waterstones and found it, and I was like, I have to pick this up immediately. I think this is going to be incredible. This is the 1st book of a trilogy of novels which reimagine the lives of the women in Pompeii. I'm not quite sure what the other 2 books exactly follow and who they follow, but this specific book is about a woman who is a slave at one of Pompeii's infamous brothels. I've heard amazing things about it, so hopefully it will end up being a 5 star for me. Next is a cult classic for the fantasy lovers, and that's Caraval, and I've been wanting to read this freaking book for so long. It's been on my shelf for too long now, and I'm telling you right now, I'm going to read this before the end of the year and hopefully adore it. I really tend to love young adult fantasy books, and I don't think this will be any different. I probably get a comment at least once a day on my socials begging me to read this book, so I think that is a big sign that I will love this and it's going to be 5 stars. And the last book I think I will rate 5 stars is Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross, and this is kind of like the prequel to the Divine Rivals duology. And while I'm showing you this book, I have to just show you how gorgeous this edition is, and I was lucky enough to get it signed by Rebecca herself at her signing. But apart from the fact I'm a huge Rebecca Ross fan, I do think this book will be incredible. It follows kind of like the story of the gods from the Divine Rival series. I won't go too much into it just in case you haven't read it, but I think this will be incredible. I've heard the yearning is like top tier, and we love that in a romantasy. And to be fair, I've never read a Rebecca Ross book I haven't loved, so I'm feeling really good about this.